I thought I would come on and share this little constipation practice with you. There's many different causes of constipation. There's certainly some physiological causes where, with our digestive tract, and this will certainly help us strengthen our abdominal muscles and the muscles that support us in the peristalsis and just that moving outward of our wastes, our unused food. Before I get into it, I just wanted to mention a couple things to consider for those of you who do tend to be constipated. There's always a mental component to it. So really just checking in on what's going on in your mind if your body's holding tension. As they say, if your mind is really tense, your body kind of follows suit and it becomes tense. And some will even say, like, if you're lacking energy, connected with mental health, let's say you're feeling depressed or anxious, that even being in those states of mental distress taxes the system, taxes our digestion. And as a result, we can't, we're not using our energy to digest our food and push it out. We're using all of our energy to kind of be in this state of anxiety and depression. That's not our natural states. So when we're living in that state, we're expending so much energy. How are you digesting your thoughts, your emotions, the information around you? Just really start sitting with how you're taking in sensory information, whether it's the news you're watching, something you're reading on your phone, if it's just the stimuli of your environment you live in. We're constantly processing mentally as well as physically. Regardless of what you believe in with all of that, I'll just cut to it. We'll get to our practice. This digestive set is one that I found after I volunteered at my daughter's Korean culture camp. I ate a lot of rice and a lot of meat because my family in Korea said that vegetarians don't exist. So when I'm around Korean food and Korean people, I tend to partake in eating a little bit more meat. And as a result, my body really felt it, just kind of got backed up. It was just overwhelming. Meat is difficult to digest. So I found this set. It's really been really helpful, actually. I would say it produced a BM within 24 hours for me and continues to have that effect. And when I say that, I mean like a full evacuation where you feel like you got to really get your full stuff out. But on to the movement, right? So we're going to start out on our backs. However you like to lay down, we're just going to connect to the breath. You can bring your hands onto your belly. And just notice how you're nurturing yourself with the breath. If it's coming in with ease, if it feels natural, or if it feels like something that you might hold. See if you can let go a little bit and just let the breath breathe you. Let the body become heavy and held by the ground below you. And without forcing, feel that breath come in and out in its own rhythm and pace. Part of constipation is our inability to relax and let go. Might be you're too busy to even hear the natural urges. Connecting with the breath is a great way to connect with your body's natural frequency. that knows what to do. Okay, and let's just begin. Knees are bent, and we'll just let the knees roll side to side. Just get a little bit of movement going in the hips and in the belly. You can breathe with this motion, exhaling as you go to one side, inhaling to the center, or you may decide you want to just hold that stretch, that little twist. And then we'll go into the exercises. Okay. So find yourself a comfortable position on your low back if possible. If you have any low back issues, you can always keep the other leg bent. We're going to imprint our low back into the mat to support and protect that back. And we're going to start by just bringing the right foot, just hovering it above the ground, like let's say an inch. And we'll start by just drawing clockwise circles, okay? Breathing doesn't have to be exactly coordinated, but we're going to go for 10 circles if we have it. It might be 5 for you today. If you feel any clicking or clacking in your back, you need to make a smaller circle or need to bend that knee. Okay. So once you get to your number 10, we'll set it down. Okay. Notice how you feel on each side. Connect with the breath. And then we'll go counterclockwise on the right side. Okay. I'll show you with the modifications. The left knee is going to be bent, and I'm just bending my right knee. Okay. We'll go 10 times, or whatever amount you choose. Keep breathing. Okay, once you get to that number, relax. There should be no straining through this, so just check in with your collarbone and your throat and your face if you can bring it to a place of peace and ease. Connecting to belly breath, we'll begin on the other side. You can choose to extend the right leg or have it bent, and we'll go clockwise, tending to that low back, making sure it's staying pressed into the mat. Breathing. Once you have 10, or your number, relax that leg down to the ground. Relax the shoulders, any area that you chronically tend to tighten, loosen. And then we'll go in the opposite direction, counterclockwise. Start by imprinting that low back, lifting, so we're engaging that low belly. Okay, counterclockwise, 10 times or whatever you have. Listen if you're clicking, you're overextending, so adjust to make it a little bit easier. Continuing to breathe. Engaging those stomach muscles. Try to keep the other leg relaxed. Close out when you've hit your number. Resume your breath. Okay, now We're going to do the bicycle kick with the forward motion on our right side. The breathing pattern is going to be, we're inhaling as you draw the knee in and exhaling as you push out. It's a little counterintuitive to what we usually do. So inhale as you come in, exhale, push out, pull belly in. It's going to be a little bit slower because we're coordinating one breath to one movement. Relax the neck. Keep pressing that low belly in. Whatever that number is, you set it down once you get to it. Take a moment's pause before you jump into the next leg and just feel into your body. We're not going to quite start with the left leg yet because we have to reverse pedal now. So inhaling, drawing in and up, exhaling, pushing out. At any time you just fatigue, you stop, and that'll be your edge for today. You can build towards 10, but you might be at 5. Okay, I'm getting tired, I'm going to stop. So our right side is complete, and now we'll go to the left side for front and back. Bicycle. Inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you go out. Once you're ready, you'll sit down. Notice how you feel, continuing to nourish and cleanse the body with your breath. And we'll go backwards this time. Still inhaling to come in, but then going out kind of in reverse. Set it down. Even if you're tired, try not to fall asleep. But we are relaxing. Part of constipation is for sure connected to the need to be cultivating some relaxation practices in your work. Let's just draw the toes in towards each other and out, kind of doing a little bit of a internal and external rotation of the legs, but opening up the ankles a little bit here. And then our next piece, we only have 3 more things to do, so not too much, okay? So with this one, it's going to be what's often called wind relieving pose, where you draw one knee in towards the same shoulder or chest, but we'll add in kind of a special breathing technique. So what it's going to look like is you're going to exhale all your air out, and then once you're out of air, you hold the breath, you lift your head and try to draw your nose towards that knee. holding the breath, and as you're ready to inhale naturally, you slowly inhale to let go. So we're going to do that 3 times on each side. So take an inhale together. Exhale all the air out. Bring the hands around the knee or behind. Exhale all the air out and then hold the breath, drawing the nose towards the knee. When you need to naturally take a breath and release. Take a full breath in between to recover. You might need to roll your head side to side if you're holding any tension in the neck from that. Only push, don't really push here. So it might be okay if your nose doesn't touch the knee. Last one, okay? Inhale to prepare. Exhale, draw the knee to the chest. Hold the breath, knee to nose. Inhale, normal to come out. Okay, let's just see how you feel on that side. And then we'll go to the left side, okay? All right. Ready? Inhale. Exhale, knee to chest. Hold the breath, nose towards the knee. Inhaling when it's natural to do so. 2 more times. You can kind of roll out the head. Try not to bring tension into the body with this, so don't force. I'll just tell you, like a week ago, I could not touch my nose to my knee. But I've been doing this practice every day, and my digestion has really shifted in the last couple weeks. Once you're ready and you're completely relaxed, you can do your last set. Exhale all that air out, hold the breath. Obviously, if you have an abundance in the belly, you're going to want to bring that knee out to the side and make room for belly. But it's okay for a little compression. That is part of it, is a little compression on the belly. Okay. This next one, if you're doing on a bed, if it's like a twin bed, be careful. If it's a twin bed, you're going to want to turn this way so that you're going side to side on the bed, because I don't want you to fall off if you're on the twin bed, okay? But what it looks like is I'm going to hug the knees into the chest. Okay, just breathing in any old fashion. And we're just going to rock side to side for 10 sets. So this will start 1, 2, make sure you're breathing. 3, 4. We're trying to get the side of our body to touch. If you can't make it to 10, you just stop. Like if you're getting too dizzy, slow it down. I think that was maybe more than 10. We'll just call it good. Okay. Really close. We got 1 more to do, and then we'll close with a little meditation. Okay. So just let your body come to stillness after that movement. Notice the quality of the breath, how it's flowing in and out of the body. And then this last one is kind of a modified boat pose. So what we're looking at is we're gonna inhale, exhale, come up to lift. We're gonna just lift the feet up, press that low back into the ground. Hands are gonna be at the same level as the toes. Necks lifted, chins tucked. Press that low back in. Release when you are ready. Just do 3 to 5 sets of that. If that's too intense, you have any stuff with the knees, you can always bend the knees and do it that way, okay? You could also just do one leg at a time. Okay, that's another option, okay? So 3 to 5 sets, holding the breath, pressing the back down. We're going for 3 today for me. Make sure you rest in between. I'm going to stop at 3, but if you want to do a couple more, you can. And then as you're ready, we'll roll onto one side and make our way up to a seat. Okay. We'll just close with a little mudra called Khechari mudra, where you're trying to put the tip of your tongue to touch that little part of your throat that dangles. The word is escaping me. Obviously, most of us can't do that. So what it can also look like is just taking the back of your tongue and pressing it up against the roof of your mouth while you're curling that tongue back to whatever degree you can. And we'll just do this for like a minute and a half just to start strengthening that muscle. Align your head over your heart, over your sacrum, pelvic bowl. You can release that mudra at any time, and if it's again creating more tension for you to put that mudra in, consider just letting it go for the next practice. That concludes this little set. I hope that it brings you some movement and strengthening of your abdominal muscles. Thanks for practicing with me.